Smoke? How did you manage to get these? Somebody, dropped them during the fight in the mountain. Sure they dropped them. Well, they can't very well use them if they're dead. Alright, I'll take one. Thanks, Wallace. No problem. You're Scottish, aren't you? Sure am. I, had an ancestor who was Scottish, you know? Oh, really? What was his name? Oh, Quentin, if I'm not mistaken. Gambled his way around Kentucky. Aye, a gambling Scot. Now that's an ancestor any man would be proud to have. I don't mean to offend you, but why are you here? Shouldn't you be in an all-Scots regiment or something? You're not exactly a favorite of the rest of the men. I could have joined an all-Scots regiment, but I choose not to. Joining one of those would have been a sign of cowardice, and I, William, am no coward. I can put up with any insult any white man can come up with. I'm too proud of where I came from to let some arrogant snob make me feel ashamed of it. Which reminds me, where do you come from? Can you keep a secret? Don't see why not. I'm from Mississippi. Blimey, you're from the South? I know, I'm a Reb. No, it's not that. I'm just surprised that a Southerner would join the Union Army. Care to explain why? It's kind of a long story. Well, I reckon we've got a few hours before we start fighting. Alright. I was born and raised in Jefferson, Mississippi. I have a twin brother named John and a younger sister named Margaret. And I had a good childhood. My parents were caring, supportive. But, of course, we have a large plantation with dozens of slaves. And I always just accepted it as a fact of life. But when I was like 17, I got accepted into the University of Pennsylvania, much to my family's disapproval, and it was there that I came to realize how wrong I'd been my entire life. Slavery isn't a fact, it's a crime. Why, it even says in the Constitution that all men are created equal. Just because there are differences in the way we look, act, and come from, that doesn't give us the right to treat each other less than a man because we don't understand those things. After school was over, I found work in Atlanta with John until the outbreak of the war. After war was declared, I told John that I could no longer just stand there and watch as our neighbors barked at their slaves and treated them like mindless animals. I told him I was going to fight for what was right and join the North. He called me a traitor and went off to fight for the South. We haven't seen each other since. I'm so sorry. I had no idea. It's alright. It's not like I'm fighting him personally. But still, your own brother. I wonder what I'd say to him if I were to see him again. In battle? Oh, no, that's highly unlikely. Chances are he's living in Virginia somewhere.
2 queens.
Full house.
You're pretty good at this.
Sure am. Back at the University of Georgia, I was undefeated. There ain't nobody plays poker like I do.
So, you from these parts?
Oh no, I'm from Mississippi. Worked and lived here a few years, though. In fact, I was in that very city right over there.
Ah, yes, Atlanta. Don't think the Yanks are going to stop fighting until they destroyed it in half of Georgia.
Over my dead body.
I'm sure General Sherman can arrange that.
Dang that man.
Wait, so if you're from Mississippi, what are you doing here?
Signed up here in Atlanta.
Well, heck, then you ought to be in Virginia.
I should, shouldn't I? I had to beg my commanders and use my family connections to get here, to defend my second home.
And what family might that be?
The Compsons.
Compsons? Wait, are you by any chance related to General Jason Lycurgus Compson?
It's Jason Lycurgus Compson II. Jason Lycurgus Compson's the one who bet against an engine and won my family's plantation land. And yes, he's my uncle.
Speaking of which, tell me a little bit about your family.
It's Not exactly a happy story.
I think I can handle it.
Well, alright. My family's got one of the most prosperous plantations in the county. We own over 35 slaves and produce more bales of cotton in a year than there are fish in the ocean. I got a mother, father, brother, sister. I went to college, had a good job as a woodcraftsman. You might think my life was pretty good, but it's my brother that's the problem. See, he decided to go to some Yankee school. He's so darn smart he could have gone to any university in all the South. But no, he wanted to go there. He let them abolitionists twist his mind and began to argue with me and my father over slavery. See, he believes that slavery is evil. Well, heck, it ain't all too pleasant. But how else are we supposed to keep our crops growing and our pockets full? It's necessary for the economy, and it's part of our way of life. When the war started, I was eager to fight alongside him for our homeland. But when I approached him, he says he's riding north to join the Union. I tell him to think of our home, of our neighbors and friends. But he tells me that he would rather die than fight for the Confederate cause, fight for slavery and all. I couldn't believe it. That he would fight against us, that he would fight against me. I told him that he had betrayed me and the Compson family name, and he rode off. I haven't seen him since.
My, I certainly wasn't expecting that. Do you miss him at all?
Of course not. He's a traitor.
You know, you put on your poker face whenever you lie.
So what if I do miss him? It still don't change the fact that he's the enemy.
Well, he may be the enemy, but he's also your brother. Eventually, you're going to have to forgive him.
Never! Besides, this is war. For all I know, I may never see him again.
Don't be so sure. Fate has a way of making things work out.
Sir, we just received word that General Johnson has been replaced.
What? By who?
Hood, sir.
John Bell Hood? Ha! Davis is practically handing us Atlanta. Hood's reckless and foolhardy. He's almost guaranteed to attack us.
Talk about irony. That was like Kennesaw, except with them attacking us and us kicking their... I get the point. My God, I swear I killed at least a dozen rebels. Can we please not talk about it? Oh, right. Your brother. Any man I killed today could have been John. Again, the odds of you fighting him. Come on. The Confederates have a better chance of keeping Atlanta. I don't know, I miss him. You want to see him, I understand, but I wouldn't want to see him on the battlefield. I wish there was some way that we could resolve our problems. You know, we used to be such good friends. And God willing, you will be again someday.
George, you're alive!
Johnny boy, never thought I'd see you again.
How did you survive?
Our squad pulled back just in time. That was a massacre out there. How are you still here?
My squad was the last one to go. Most of us made it.
I hope we don't have to do that again.
We can hit them again! Sir, I don't know if you saw the casualty count for today, but we are in no position to attack again. I have a plan. We can pull the main army from the outward line to the inward line. When Sherman follows, and he will, we can send your divisions to attack the unprotected left and rear. Wheeler's cavalry will disrupt the supply lines, and Cheatham will attack the front. They'll be overwhelmed, and we can then use our remaining forces to destroy the right flank and stop the Yankees dead in their tracks. It'll be Chancellorsville all over again. I don't know. I trust I don't need to remind you of the importance of this city to our supply lines? No, sir. Good. Then we'd best start withdrawing the men. Men, today we shall triumph over General Sherman and the Yankees. We will stop them in their tracks and send them running back north. Atlanta and its factories, its railroads, its supplies are all vital for our ultimate victory. We must protect it in order to protect our homes, our families, our very way of life. Think of them all, those who fight on this day.
Why are we attacking them anyway? Aren't we supposed to be defending Atlanta?
Not too fond of General Hood's tactics, are you?
General,
At ease. I disagree with him myself. Him and his aggressive and frankly reckless strategy are never gonna get him anywhere as a general. What's going on? They should have attacked by now.